No, not to
We're preparing.
try to read unless I.
You're on the right screen.
Am I? So I need to hit that.
It should pop by itself. That's why.
Liza, has Mark Grimm joined?
Yes, I'm on.
Thank you, Mark. And I think you have someone
Welcome,
with you
Mayor.
as well. Yep, okay, very good.
Paying attention so you can do this.
All right, I have 6 o'clock, so we will bring our meeting to order and we'll start our meeting. And I believe we have a flag for our pledge of allegiance, but we'll stand up and please join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
To the flag,
United States of America.
of America,
Republic
and to the republic
Republic
for which
for
is
which it stands,
God,
one
one
nation,
nation, under God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all.
For those who wish to participate, please remain standing as we observe a moment of silence to ask for the directions and blessings of our deliberations towards the betterment of Jackson. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for joining the City of Jackson Mayor and Board of Aldermen meeting this evening. This is our regular meeting of Monday, April 20th, 2020. I do call this meeting to order. I think what I'd like to start with is City Clerk Liza Walker doing a roll call, please.
Dave Reiminger,
Present.
Baker,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here.
Pitt,
Here.
Kimball,
Here.
Wiley,
Here.
Young,
here,
Sander.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Also, I just would like to welcome our guest this evening on our live part of our program. We have John Maynor from Magnet, Brian Giroux from the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce, and Mark Graham from Gilmore and Bell, and I believe also one of his associates. We'll begin with our, I guess I'd like to just welcome everybody. It's a challenging time that we have here. This is our first, I guess, video conference Board of Aldermen meeting in the history of Jackson probably, and I think it'll go fine. We'll take our time, and if you've got any questions or if anyone needs us to stop, please let us know. This meeting is being also broadcast or streamed over YouTube live for the public and is available. All right. So the first order of business will be to adopt the agenda, and I would entertain a motion to adopt the agenda for this evening.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
aye,
Those opposed, nay. Thank you. We've adopted our agenda. I now would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our last regular scheduled meeting of April 6, 2020.
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Our minutes are approved. Next order of business is under finance. I would entertain a motion to approve our city collectors report.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Our city collectors report is approved. I'd now entertain a motion to approve our city clerks and treasurers report.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Our city clerks and treasury report is approved. Moving on to the Power, Light, and Water Committee, Alderman Reiminger, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to consider a motion approving change order number 1 in the amount of $28,690 to Jerkhurst Incorporated, St. Genevieve, Missouri, relative to the Old Orchard Road Water System Interconnection Project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The motion is approved.
Council, do you have a bill proposing an ordinance authorizing the city of Jackson, Missouri to issue its taxable industrial revenue bonds relative to the Triple Diamond Investment LLC, KCOE, ISOM LLP project to be located at 2681 East Main Street? By reference, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. An ordinance authorizing the city of Jackson, Missouri to issue its taxable industrial revenue bonds, Triple Diamond Investments LLC, KCO ISOM LLP project, series 2020, in the principal amount not to exceed $3 million for the purpose of providing funds to pay the cost of acquiring, constructing, and improving a facility for an industrial development project in the city, approving a plan for the project, and authorizing the city to enter into certain agreements and to take certain other actions in connection with the issuance of the bonds. The rest by reference.
Make a motion to accept the bill as read.
Is there a second?
A second.
As now's the time for discussion. I'd like to thank Mark Grimm for putting all the paperwork together and putting this all together for us, as well as his work with John Maynor. Do any of you gentlemen have any comments as far as any changes? We reviewed this at the last study session, but give you a chance to, if there's any comments from either one of you or any questions from the board.
Mayor, this is John Maynor. Let me just say I'm excited again about working on this project. It has been great to work with you at City of Jackson, school district taxing entities, and mostly with KCO ISOM and Jeff Baer and those folks. So it's exciting. It's definitely a nice job project and a nice future investment for Jackson. And I'm looking forward to it. And as always, it's great to work with my good friend, Mark Grimm, on any of these things. So I'd be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
Mayor, it's Mark Grimm.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I just wanted to say that I'll be abstaining for voting just in case that there's a conflict of interest later.
Okay, that's fine. Mark, go ahead.
Mayor, I just, like John, really appreciate the opportunity to work with the city on this transaction. I think it's a great project for the city, and I appreciate working with all of you all and with John and Tom. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to continuing to work with these gentlemen to wrap up the transaction as soon as the financing is completed. And so I'd be happy to answer any questions y'all have.
Okay. Any other comments? Tom, I'll just ask you to confirm, one thing we did since our last meeting is that we did send out all this information to all the groups that were affected, from the standpoint of taxable entities. And I believe we did not receive any responses or questions back. Is that true?
We have had no responses since the notice that was sent out from any of the taxing entities.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, if no one else has any discussions or questions, I will move to the approval of the first part of this. Was all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Second reading of the bill, please.
An ordinance authorizing the city of Jackson, Missouri to issue its taxable industrial revenue bonds, Triple Diamond Investments LLC, Keiko ISOM LLP project, Series 2020, in a principal amount not to exceed $3 million for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of acquiring, constructing, and improving a facility for an industrial development project in the city, approving a plan for the project, and authorizing the city to enter into certain agreements and take certain other actions in connection with the issuance of the bonds, the rest by reference.
Same motion.
Same second.
Roll call, please.
Liley,
Abstain.
Kimball,
Aye.
Sander,
Aye.
Young,
Aye.
Hitt,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Reiminger.
Aye.
Thank you.
The bill passes. I'd like to thank everybody that worked on this. We'll move on to our next steps. Also like to thank Jeff Bear and the Keiko ISOM group for their investment or future investment into the city of Jackson and our region. I think this will be a great expansion of their business here and employment here in the city of Jackson and in our Cape Girardeau County.
Mayor,
That's all from you.
Mayor, if I can
Yes.
interject something, and this is Larry Cunningham. I
Yes.
very much appreciate everyone that has been working on this. I've known Jeff Bear for a long time. Great guy, great company. I would assume and would almost bet on that. It'd be quite an addition to the city of Jackson. I'm very proud to be part of it.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Okay. And Larry, while you're on, I believe the next item is from the Street, Sewer, and Cemetery Committee.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion approving an increase in expenditures in the amount of $58,900 under task order authorization number 17-18 to Horner and Schifrin, Inc. of St. Louis, Missouri, relative to providing additional engineering services under the Kimberlin Lift Station Upgrade and Bypass Project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? None being, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, nay.
Nay.
The motion passes.
Council, do you have a bill proposing an ordinance accepting a general warranty deed for Warren Place LC relative to the Kimberlin Lift Station Upgrade and Bypass Project? By reference, please.
Yes, sir. An ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk of the city of Jackson, Missouri to attest to the city's acceptance of certain property, which said property is particularly set forth in the attached general warranty deed, the rest by reference.
I move we accept the bill as read by reference.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk of the city of Jackson, Missouri to attest to the city's acceptance of certain property, which said property is particularly set forth in the attached general warranty deed, the rest by reference.
Same motion.
Same second.
Roll call, please.
Kimball,
Aye.
Sander,
Aye.
Young,
Aye.
Hitt,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Reiminger,
Aye.
Wiley.
Aye.
Thank you.
The bill passes.
I'm sorry, Mary.
The bill passes. Now we
Okay.
can move to C.
Okay. Counselor, do you have, hello? Counselor,
can
do
hear
have a
you.
bill? Do you have a bill proposing an ordinance approving the minor plat of Jackson Boulevard Center as submitted by Jackson Boulevard Center LLC? By reference, please.
Yes, sir. An ordinance accepting the plat of Jackson Boulevard Center subdivision, accepting dedication of easements, streets, and properties described, accepting restrictions, if any, filed therewith, authorizing the recording of said plat, accepting improvements constructed or to be constructed and indicated on said plat, and repealing all ordinances in conflict therewith, the rest by reference.
I move we approve the bill as read by reference.
Is there a second?
Second.
As part of our discussion, I'd like to, if Janet Sanders could give us a report from the planning and zoning since, and as to this bill.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Normally, you would see this plat in a study session before the regular session, but this was the only item P and Z had on their agenda for this month. And it's a simple minor subdivision plat. So we brought it straight to you in study or in regular session because we're trying to keep these agendas as small as possible. What they are doing is breaking off the nail salon building, which some of you might remember was once upon a time the Meyer Bakery building, from the strip mall building with the restaurant, and just dividing it in two. So it's a very simple minor subdivision plat, and that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Any other questions or discussions?
Yes, Mayor, Board, I apologize. I went over this the other day, or went over the agenda the other day, and actually was going to take care of this with Janet today, but I forgot. But I do have what I think is a really important question, Janet. Chad Hartle owns this whole strip in here, right?
Yes, he does.
Okay, the way I'm looking at this plat, my question is, there doesn't appear, and I would assume that, and that, you know what that is, but the lot that is marked off, I guess, is the one that's kind of shaded in a pink. Is that correct?
It is, I don't have the front of me, but it is the one on the upper left side of the.
Yes. Okay, my question is, Janet, is there road frontage there on the boulevard? It doesn't appear that the lines connect up to the boulevard there.
Yes, both of the lots do have frontage on Jackson Boulevard.
Okay, it doesn't show on my plat. My question is, the property that they're subdividing out of the other initial plat has public access, right?
Yes, that's true. And also, even though nobody has asked about this, they are doing a shared parking agreement between the two lots so that both lots will still have access to all the parking.
Okay, that was another question. I assume that we accept a private agreement for the ordinance, the fact that the ordinance says that there has to be a certain number of plats on the plat. Is that right? Or a certain number of parking lots or parking spaces for the plat.
Yes,
that
we,
correct?
yes, we do accept those agreements. It's similar to what we did with the
Hospital.
vision where the library is. They have a shared parking agreement in that area also.
Okay, and also one of the hospitals just did that on the one that they just did like last month. They're going to
Yep.
rebuild that, is that right?
Yes, and they did an off-site parking agreement.
Okay. My big question was if they had frontage, so they do have frontage, you're okay with that?
Yes, yes, they both have more than the minimum amount of frontage.
Thank you, that's all I have.
You're welcome.
Any other discussions, questions? None being, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Second reading, please.
An ordinance accepting the plat of Jackson Boulevard Center subdivision, accepting dedication of easement, streets, and properties described, accepting restrictions, if any, filed therewith, authorizing the recording of said plat, accepting improvements constructed or to be constructed and indicated on said plat, and repealing all ordinances in conflict therewith, the rest by reference.
Same motion.
Same second.
Roll call, please.
Sander,
Aye.
Young,
Aye.
Hit,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Reininger,
Aye.
Wiley,
Aye.
Kimball.
Aye.
Thank you.
The bill passes.
Mayor, that's all the street has. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for getting us through that agenda, both Alderman Reiminger and Alderman Cunningham. The next part is normally our non-agenda citizen input. I do want to say that anytime as citizens, when we have these type of meetings, have any questions for the board or the mayor beforehand, you can always email those to the city of Jackson through our website. So you're always welcome to do that on any day, but certainly before meetings if you would like to. As far as our informational items, I'll just go through a couple things. You know, as expected, well, we're still having the Missouri Show Me Green sales tax holiday this week. So that's sales tax holiday for products that meet the Show Me Green sales tax relief or can still be bought this week and have the sales tax holiday. Our park day, of course, this Saturday was canceled. Election day is still scheduled to happen on Tuesday, June 2nd. And also right now, we still plan on having our e-cycle electronic waste collection event Saturday, June 6th until further notice. As far as, you know, we're still meeting at 8:30 with the county emergency preparedness group every day, discussing any issues and also reporting on the status of our COVID crisis as well as the amount of hospitalizations and those cases that we have within the county. So that continues. We'll probably be having, and I know I'm on several conference calls over the next few days and over the next 2 weeks, the discussions between the state and the county, and in our case, our two cities, will continue as we figure out what's the next step. Certainly the governor has extended the present stay-at-home order until May 3rd. May 4th, there is anticipated to be some changes to that orders going further, depending on, you know, the numbers and what happens over the next 2 weeks. So we'll keep the Board of Aldermen informed as we have those discussions and as we have changes. Certainly there will be changes to our businesses, to our own operations. We'll look at those as well as things on a countywide basis. So just wanted to let you know that's what's going on, you know, almost on an everyday. A lot of support from the city of Jackson, our employees, as well as our emergency preparation officers that we have that have been working with this group. Rodney sent out a road closure update, so you should have that. Certainly our roundabout is progressing. The DDI this week has made some major changes with the night closures as they get ready to take down the west side or north side bridge. That is the next step. So be careful and as we go forward, we hope the weather's good and they complete this as soon as possible. This week, the North Missouri Street should be closed, as they get ready to do the final repairs and then the overlay of that street between Mary and Washington Street. I don't think they started today, but we anticipate that happening this week as well. I think that's all I had as far as go around. I'll go by the picture that I've got here. Alderman Kimball, anything?
I have nothing. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Alderman Reiminger.
No, sir. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, Alderman Hitt.
Yes, I have a question for Clint. Clint, are you on here, Clint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the roundabout at East Main and Shawnee, are they on schedule to finish on time? And when is that projected to be completed?
Well, if you remember, the original date for completion was by July 1st, and they are on track to finish there, if not a little bit ahead.
Okay. All right. They had they worked great guns for most of last week, and then they did nothing for like 3 days, and I've had people asking me what's going on. So
I know that because of the virus and the different jobs that the contractor has, he's been trying to schedule his workers appropriately. So he's been sending on certain days a lot of workers down to get a lot done, and then going to another job on another day with his workers. I think bottom line is we're just trying to work with him the best that we can to keep the job progressing, to keep his workers working. But the last report that I have is that they are on schedule, if not a little bit ahead.
okay. All right. Thanks, Clint. That's all I got, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Alderman Hitt. Alderman Sander.
Nothing further, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Okay, Alderman Baker.
Nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Alderwoman Young.
Nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Alderwoman Liley.
I just want to say thank you to Clint, Kent, and definitely Shane. I don't know which one for sure did it, but they did some filling and things around the trail in the park just to make sure that some washing was taken care of. And also to Don Schutte and crew for anytime that I let them know some of the lights are flashing because their bulbs are going out, they go out right away and take care of those. So it really makes everybody feel a lot safer on those trails. And I just want to tell them thank you for that. That's all.
Okay, thank you. City Attorney Ludwig, anything?
Nothing in open session, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, City Administrator.
What about,
Crouch.
what about me?
Oh, where's your picture?
I don't, yeah,
Okay.
probably not.
I don't, oh,
I have
no,
nothing.
here. Okay, Alderman Cunningham, I'm sorry.
I have nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, Larry, sorry. Couldn't find your picture. Okay, Alderman, City Attorney Ludwig was okay. City Administrator Roach.
Yes, Mayor, I have 2 items tonight for executive session regarding contract administration, negotiation.
All right, since we do have an executive session for this evening, I would entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Young,
please.
Aye.
Hitt,
Aye.
Cunningham,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Reiminger,
Aye.
Wiley,
Aye.
Kimball,
Aye.
Sander.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, before we do adjourn to executive session, just to let everyone and and certainly the public know that tonight we will not have an executive session. We did not have any items to cover on on study session, so there will not be a study session. This ends our public part of our streaming, and we will go off YouTube. And if we wait a couple minutes, if the aldermen just stay on, you'll be all set, and then we'll go into our executive session.